It was in 1888 that a leading paper merchant commissioned a British mill to produce a fine watermarked writing paper. The merchant was delighted with the result, as the product was an immediate success. And today, 100 years later, that paper is acknowledged to be Europe's leading business stationery. The paper is CONQUEROR, the merchant was Wiggins Teep, and the mill was Buckland Mill in Dover. The consistent quality and standard of the mill's leading product is one of the few things about it which has remained unchanged over the last century. This was Buckland Mill in the 1880s, one of 6 mills on the lower stretch of the River Dower. It had already suffered mixed fortunes in its history as a paper mill, which began earlier than 1770, when this drawing shows it as little more than a collection of cottages where the paper was made by hand. By 1888, it had burnt down twice. The second time was in 1887, which had resulted in it being totally re-equipped. The owners were now looking for new business, just at the time when E.P. Barlow of Wiggins Teep was looking for a suitable mill to produce his new paper. The owner, Mr. Henry Hobday, at first took the assignment reluctantly, so exacting were Wiggins Teep's specifications for the new product. Little did he know at the time how important that assignment was to prove. Wiggins Teep was so pleased with its CONQUEROR paper that it bought Buckland Mill in 1890 to ensure the continuity of its supply. 5 years later, Wiggins Teep bought the adjoining Crabble Mill and, in due course, Buckland House. Over the decades, Wiggins Teep has invested in new plant, machinery and premises, as the whole complex at Buckland Mill has been developed into the modern operation we see today. Its only break in production occurred during the Second World War, when an RAF fighter crashed on No. 3 Machine House, and later Crabble Mill was partially destroyed by shell fire. It was considered too dangerous to continue operating, and the mills shut down for the duration of the war. They were reopened in 1945 with fresh energy and new investment in machinery. Its range of products also increased to take advantage of new opportunities in the paper market. Not surprisingly, CONQUEROR remains the mill's principal product. But since the 1950s, it has extended its product range to include map paper for the British Army, chart paper for the Admiralty, who produce charts for navies and merchant fleets throughout the world, and special base paper for Wiggins Teep's IDEM self-copying paper. The current output from the mill is quite remarkable. Every year, it produces over 20,000 tons of paper, and planned investment will increase this still further. Buckland Mill's paper machines are controlled by state-of-the-art computer equipment, which monitors every operation to maintain the quality of the paper to the finest tolerances. So that every sheet of CONQUEROR, every meter of chart paper or IDEM base paper always meets Wiggins Teep's exacting standards. Standards which are recognized by their competitors and customers as being the very highest in the industry. But even before the pulp arrives at the paper machine, modern techniques and equipment have been employed to produce the exact formulas for the particular paper made here. And Wiggins Teep's close liaison with its suppliers guarantees the quality of the vital raw materials. These raw materials come to Dover from all over the world. Wood pulp from Portugal, cotton linters from North America, and sizing agents from around the UK. The technical department oversees the quality control of all raw materials and the numerous product formulations, known as furnishes. This department's expertise in having perfected the CONQUEROR furnishes is unquestioned. And the same expertise ensures the quality and precise characteristics of the mill's other products. Map and chart paper must have a very high quality surface for its particular print requirement. It also has to be durable, fold resistant, and in the case of maps, have a high resistance to water. And Idem base paper's formulation produces a quality printing paper which can even have sensitizing agents incorporated to prevent forgery. Such is the efficiency of the mill's paper machines that in less than 2 minutes, the wet pulp mixture, known as stock, is transformed into paper, winding off onto a huge reel like this. The largest weighs over 2 tons. This paper is nearly 2.5 meters wide and 12,000 meters long. That's over 7 miles of paper on this one reel. It is now taken to the finishing department, where it will either be slit down to smaller reels called webs, or will be cut into sheets. The paper is then packaged and wrapped to meet customers' specific requirements. Again, these machines are all computer controlled. The paper's quality is monitored at every stage of production. This one handles the A4 Conqueror, cutting, packing and wrapping all in one operation. A reel is fed in at one end and a customer's order is ready for dispatch at the other, less than 2 minutes later. And as Conqueror's famous watermark must be on each sheet, it cuts every one with the watermark at the center and rejects any which aren't accurately positioned. This machine alone cost over £1 million. It was designed and built to Wiggins Teep's exact specification and is unique in the paper industry. Further investment to produce the larger sheet sizes of Conqueror has seen the installation of this passerband cutter and the Rapmatic packaging line at a further cost of £1.5 million. It's this constant investment in equipment at the mill which enables Conqueror to maintain its consistently high quality standards and position as leader of the competitive business stationery market. From here to storage and dispatch. And Buckland Mill's unique position on the doorstep of the continent makes it invaluable to Wiggins Teep's national and international operation. The mill can warehouse over 2,500 tons of finished paper ready for dispatch. Besides the mill's products, it handles a wide range of Wiggins Teep fine papers products destined for the continent. The warehouse and commercial office are computer linked to Wiggins Teep's head office in Basingstoke and the sales offices throughout the UK. So an order is printed out at the mill within minutes of it being placed by a customer anywhere in the country. This is essential because Buckland Mill guarantees a pre-scheduled delivery service throughout the UK and Europe. The mill now exports to over 60 countries worldwide, illustrating the importance of Buckland Mill to Wiggins Teep's international operation. Wiggins Teep operates in every continent of the world. It's a huge organization of production and distribution centers. It employs 12,000 people worldwide, over 300 of them being at Buckland Mill. Wiggins Teep's own origins began modestly in the 1760s. Today, it's one of the world's leading pulp and paper manufacturers and paper merchants, with a turnover in excess of £1 billion per annum. With this strength, and that of its parent company, BAT Industries, Wiggins Teep is well able to provide the financial, the research, and the marketing support needed to maintain Buckland Mill's and Conqueror's positions as leaders in their field. An exciting and challenging new future lies ahead. It is a future in which Buckland Mill is investing through continuous upgrading and installation of state-of-the-art paper-making and finishing equipment. It is also a future in which Conqueror will further confirm its position as Europe's leading business stationery through innovation and development that will match the dynamic office environment and the new technology employed in it. Buckland Mill, the home of Conqueror for 100 years, with a history and a future in the production of the finest business stationery.